What is going on, you guys? Petplatypus here, and it is time to do Dragon Ball Super Episode 45. So this was a pretty okay episode of Dragon Ball Super. It wasn't anything mind-blowing, it wasn't anything special. It was better than the previous episode, though. I followed up on what happened in the previous episode fairly well in terms of story progression. We got an explanation on the water. We get an explanation as to how, these guys created it, and it went wrong because when it absorbs somebody, it absorbs their personality. So if it absorbs their enemy, and their enemy is evil, then you're just gonna have an evil fucking purple dude. So basically they had to sacrifice themselves to seal it, and it was a nice explanation. I knew they weren't gonna go into like the science of what chemicals they mixed and what magic they used, because it's a Dragon Ball, but for what it was, the explanation I thought was pretty on point. It went further into it than I thought they were going to. So they sealed it away, it gets opened up, and I wasn't too sure if the other purple clone was, like, the guy covered in purple, or if he was, just fully a clone. It turns out he is fully a clone, and all the other ones were full clones as well, and the other dudes all disappeared. So that sucks for them, I guess, but they were criminals, so fuck them. But anyways, we find out about that. He gets defeated, too. I don't think he, like, melted down or anything, but Vegeta did betray him, or fake Vegeta did betray him at the end, so yeah, I don't know what happened to him there, but regardless of that, I liked the explanation. That was good story progression for this little mini arc that we're on. The fight, though, the animation was not up to snuff. I mean, I can't really say it wasn't up to Dragon Ball Super's standard, because Dragon Ball Super's animation just fluctuates too much to really say if it has a standard or not. But it wasn't animation that was that great. There were a lot of choppy moments and a couple of still frame moments, especially like when he was speed blitzing Gotenks, and it was like he would dash by and then Gotenks would take a hit, but it was like kind of slow and it wasn't like timed that well. So that looked kind of weak. So yeah, some choppy animation, not a big fan of that. Overall though, the animation wasn't awful. It was really just a couple of key moments in that fight, because there were other parts where Gotenks would hit him and it looked pretty nice. I mean, he'd land a hit, the shock wave would happen, and that looked pretty cool. And him and Goku fighting it out at the end was pretty nice as well. So animation, sort of a mixed bag, but I lean more towards the negative, because when they're talking, it's fine. When they're fighting, a couple shots are good, a couple are shaky, and when Goku shows up. So I guess overall the animation is, yeah, it's kind of just one of those middle-of-the-road episodes of Dragon Ball Super where a couple moments kind of shine, and the rest of it is either talking or kind of choppy, so, whatever. Take that for what you will. I'm not going to spend too much time on the animation. The pacing of the episode was good, so that was all fine. Goku showing up at the end was pretty good story progression as well, because now another fight has started. I will say, though, at first I was kind of like, really? Like, there's no way base Vegeta is this fucking strong against Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. This is impossible. But he has trained with Whis. He did have the 3 years in the time chamber, and he has ascended to God. And we know that Beerus was punking Super Saiyan 3 Goku like it was absolutely not even a walk in the park. It was like flipping the channel on a remote. Like, it was so easy for him. And I know that they're not on Beerus' level yet, but they're getting there. So I think it makes sense. I mean, just the Super Saiyan God transformation itself ascended Goku. His Super Saiyan form was able to fight on par with Beerus still. Well, not on par with him, but on par with like 60% Beerus. Even though he wasn't a god anymore, because simply the act of becoming a Super Saiyan God ascended their power, which I think is fine. And obviously it happened to Vegeta as well. So honestly, I can actually see this playing out the way it did. I could see Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks getting punked like this. Though it is kind of disappointing because we haven't seen him go Super Saiyan 3 in a long time. But regardless, Vegeta punks him. Goku shows up. The fight's a lot more evenly matched now. Next episode preview looks like it has some pretty okay animation. It doesn't look like it's anything spectacular, but it definitely doesn't look like it was going to be as bad as some of the stuff we saw in this episode. So hopefully the next episode's cool. I mean, it's not like this is like the definitive Goku versus Vegeta rematch or nothing like that. I mean, he only has like 3 minutes to beat him, which of course it's anime 3 minutes, so it could last like 10 episodes, but, it's still just 3 minutes, and it doesn't look like they're going to go out of base, and, it just... Plus, there's like this little crystal inside of him, this little gem, and as soon as I saw that gem, I immediately just thought, I was just like, okay, well, they're going to crack the gem, poof this guy, and then bubble him and send him to the temple. That's the wrong series, but they both air on Cartoon Network. But no, I think somehow they'll hit that crystal and hit that thing, and that'll just sort of shut down the water. I'm assuming, I don't know for sure, but We'll just have to wait and see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that happened. Not really. Oh, it's kind of funny, though, when Goku was like, I'm going to go all out. Monaka's watching. I can't disappoint him with a weak fight. Like, I know that wasn't his exact quote, but that shit was really funny. But yeah. And then the other part where Vegeta was kind of a dick, or not Vegeta, but just the clone Vegeta, so I guess I don't know if this really counts as being a dick father, but when he doesn't, when he hesitates to attack Trunks, or he hesitates to absorb Trunks, you're assuming it's because, oh, well, he's Vegeta, so he doesn't want to hurt his son, but then it turns out, no, it's that his pride didn't want him to have help or more power from an outside source or whatever. But no, Vegeta's the better dad, you know, I mean, obviously, he was there. He was there. It doesn't matter if fucking he didn't even hug his son for like the entire 8 years of his son's existence. He was there because, you know, having a shitty dad is totally better than not having one at all, obviously. Now, get the fuck out of here. Goku's a better dad. Fuck all the people who say he's not. Vegeta has gotten better. I'm not gonna like sit here and like shit on Vegeta as a dad. He's definitely better than he used to be for sure, but... And this was the clone of Vegeta, but so, I mean, it's not even like I can really say, like, oh, Vegeta was a dick to Trunks. Like, oh, it's not that he doesn't want to hurt his son, he just doesn't want outside help. Like, it was the clone, it wasn't Vegeta himself. So don't try to twist this like I'm trying to say Vegeta's a shitty dad. It just, I gotta take shots at Vegeta's fatherhood anytime I can, because his fatherhood is just overrated as fuck, and Goku's is way too underrated, but regardless of that digression, I'm hoping the next episode's going to be good. I'm hoping this can fucking wrap up in the next episode, or maybe early in the next episode after that, because we got the future Trunks thing coming, and this arc really isn't that interesting. I liked the explanation of the water. It gave the arc a little bit more weight to it, with them all sacrificing themselves, and just having an explanation in general, you know. It kind of gives you some Majin Vegeta slash, like, Ginyu vibes, when Ginyu took over Goku's body and everything. But other than that, you know, it's just kind of okay. It's just kind of, it's happening. It feels like filler. Once we move past it, hopefully the future Trunks arc will be really, really good. Also, since Goku is here, there's a little bit more stock put into that theory I had about this being the Black Goku thing, but I don't know. This is not the right timeline, and, you know, it's probably not going to happen, but still thought I'd just make a brief mention of that. But I'm going to give this episode overall a 7 out of 10. I thought it was an okay to good episode of Dragon Ball Super. I liked it well enough, but it was definitely nothing spectacular. Like I said, it was okay. But what did you guys think of this episode of Dragon Ball Super? You can tell me in the comments section below. You can follow me on Instagram or add me on PSN. I'm petplatypus on both. You can also give this video a thumbs up, share it on social media. Both those would help me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already, if you like what you've seen here. If you watched the whole video, you probably liked it at least a little bit, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.